welcome back to my channel. This is the very first video of 2020. I am very excited. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff I want to accomplish this year, and I'm starting it off with a fresh face, showered hair, my Brunette the Label sweater, and I just wanted to do a quick video on my everyday makeup. So I thought that I would kind of sit down with you guys and just quickly show you how I do my makeup and the products that I use literally on an everyday basis and the brushes that I go into as well. So if you're new here, my name's Karina. I like to post videos on makeup, fashion, lifestyle, travel, home decor, whatever is kind of going on at the moment, and the first one just happens to be all about makeup. So make sure that you guys follow me on my Instagram. I'll leave it up here somewhere, and click the subscribe button down below. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want to see, and let's just get into the makeup because I really need it right now. I kind of just have it all into my travel makeup kit right now, and I'm going to show you all the products that I use on an everyday basis. Just kind of shove it all into this little kit for now, make it easier, but normally I have my big makeup collection type area that I select from, but these are literally the products I use every single day. So the first one is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. I love this primer. I've been using it for so long, as long as I can remember, and I absolutely love it. It makes my skin super hydrated, and especially here in Toronto, it's very, very cold out and the weather is super, super dry, so I need all the hydration I can get. So I usually just end up applying this. This is after I end up washing my face in the morning and applying moisturizer. What I normally like to do is actually apply it as soon as I wake up, my skincare, and then I will go in about 20 minutes to a half hour later, and that's when I'll apply my makeup, so that way at least my skincare has had some time to soak into my face and get all in there. But this primer is perfect. Get it down the neck a little bit. Alright, so after I apply the primer, the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, I like to go in with my foundation. Now the foundation I'm using right now is the Too Faced Born This Way one in Pearl. I kind of fluctuate between Pearl and Porcelain just depending on my skin tone. Normally whatever's in stock at Sephora, but I like to do normally just one pump. I'm in such a rush usually to get my makeup done in the morning that I just throw it on there. And I've lately been liking to use a brush. Sometimes I'll switch it up and use a beauty blender, but a brush is what I've been using. This is just a super old Real Techniques brush. My other one was super, super dirty. It actually started to give me a reaction, which is really bad to say. But I just go in and I take it off the back of my hand, apply it with a flat brush, and I just go in and cover up all the skin. Normally when I'm going to work, I don't really do a super heavy face makeup day, especially because it's so early in the morning. I'm usually out of the house by 7 a.m. And I really just want a light face that I'll be able to look presentable when I'm at my work and kind of look put together. Okay, so once the foundation is done, I like to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. Now this is in the shade Fair. I take the Tarte Shape Tape and I usually go just a little bit underneath my eyes. Then I'll take right down the center of my face with some dots around my nose. I make sure to cover my nose because for some reason my nose just doesn't really seem to stay covered. On my chin, and then I'll occasionally just over top of any spots or blemishes that I need to kind of fix. And then I'll actually just go in and take the exact same foundation brush that I just used and I'll blend it all. Okay, so once all of my liquids are done, I like to go in with the Hourglass This is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I had a miniature size of it for traveling, and I've really been liking using this one. So I'll normally just take it, whether it's from the lid or from the pan itself, and I'll set my entire face. I like to make sure that the setting powders, especially under my eyes and on my nose, because those are the areas that I find during the day will kind of like break up a little bit. Next, I love to use this Benefit Pretty in the USA palette. It's actually from, I want to say Ulta, but it comes with the Hoola, it's so dirty, oh my gosh, the Hoola, the Rocketeer, and the Dandelion Twinkle highlighter. So I normally go in with the Hoola one first, and I'll take it on my like massive JH02 Morphe brush, and I'll literally just like bronze up, because you can tell like my skin is a little bit paler, but I recently just got back from Florida and my body is a little bit more tanned than my face, so I just kind of want it all to like match together. So I'll go in super fast and just add some color to my skin, buff it all in, make my face look a little bit more alive, you know? So next I will go in with, sometimes I switch up the blush a little bit. I always use this bronzer every day, but we'll use the one in the palette today. This is the Rocketeer, and honestly this is just a Quo fluffy brush that I take. I've had this brush for so long, and I just buff it onto my cheeks because I want to add a little bit of rosy color to them. Again, just adding some color into the face. Sometimes I'll actually, what I really have been loving to use is the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush in the shade Peach Beach. I really like that one. It's more of like a peachy. That's kind of like for vacation, you know, when you're a little bit more tanned and you want like a little peachy glow to you. That's what I'll use. Alright, so after that I will go in with the Dandelion Twinkle, and I'll take it on the JH09 brush. And I'll literally just like pile this on the cheekbones. As you can see, it just adds like a really nice glow, just kind of in a C. And then I'll take it down the tip of my nose as well for a nice little glow. So now that we're done with the face itself, what I like to do is go in with my brows before I actually do the rest of my makeup. Now, right now I actually have my brows, like I tinted them myself, so it makes it a lot easier. But what I'll normally go in and do is kind of fill in all the blank spaces that are on my eyebrows. So I'll take my Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 2. I'll just take the brush and I'll kind of like brush through them to kind of make sure they're all straight, even. There's nowhere that needs a little bit of fixing. So normally what I'll do is I'll just kind of fill in like the inner corners of each of them, because those are usually the places where the tint goes a lot faster. Now, if you guys have ever wanted to tint your eyebrows yourself, it's super easy. I do have a video that I did on tinting my eyebrows for the first time, where I tried it on camera, and I literally have been doing it ever since. And I actually started doing my mom and my sister's eyebrows as well, just because it makes it so much easier to get ready in the morning, and you can get all the products on Amazon. So I will leave that video linked below, and then I'll leave my Amazon shop down below as well. So that way, if you guys want to purchase the products that I use for tinting my eyebrows, you can. So honestly, that's as quick as it normally takes. And then I will go in with the 24-hour brow setter. This is just the like invisible one from Benefit. And there's two different sides to the brush. I'll take the thicker side and kind of just brush through. And it's honestly just a nice gel to add to make sure that your brows kind of stay in place and they don't really move anywhere, which is great. Honestly, having your eyebrows tinted is the easiest thing in the entire world. Makes your life 10 times quicker in the morning. So what I've recently been doing is just using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I've been taking the, which brush? I've been taking the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30. It's just like a nice fluffy brush. And I've been using the shade Tempera, which is just like a nice nude shade. And I honestly, because I'm in such a rush, I just pile it all over my eyelid, kind of like a nice base. So I'll just cover it all up. So next I'll go in with the ColourPop fluffy brush. They didn't have the numbers on these ones when they first came out with them, so I'm not too sure what number this is, but it's super fluffy. And sometimes I'll go in with Raw Sienna or Burnt Orange, and I'll just buff it into the crease. So today I'll just go in with a little bit of Raw Sienna, and I'll just kind of buff it into the crease a little bit to kind of define it, so that way my eyes don't look like flat, because we just went in and added that like nude shade almost. So I'll just buff it in. You can definitely see the difference between the two eyes on adding just that little bit of extra. So next, if I do have a little bit of time, I will take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH35 brush, and I'll go in with just a little bit of a deeper shade. So I'll take, for right now, let's do Cypress Umber, and I'll just take that. It's like a deep brown shade, and I'll just kind of like pack that onto the outer corner and into the lid a little bit more. This is for just a little bit more of a smoky look, if you want to just define it. And then to make it even, what I normally do once I kind of like pat the darker shade into it is I'll just take the brush, I'll look up, and I'll just buff whatever's left on the brush underneath my eye. Sometimes also what I like to kind of go in and finish it with is I'll just take my finger. Today we're going to use the Vermeer, I believe it's called. It's like a very nice like pinky shade, and I'll just dab that like on my lid to give myself a little bit of like shimmer to it. That's honestly the quickest. I'll make sure that it's always on the inner corner, and then sometimes I'll take my finger and I'll just add a little bit to the brow bone to make it a little bit more like shimmery, because a little shimmer is always nice. So now that we're done with the makeup itself, I will go in with my so now that we're done the makeup itself, I usually like to spray my setting spray first before I go in with my mascara, so then that way it doesn't get all over and get all wet. So I love to use the Urban Decay All Nighter. Spray that. And I'll fan myself and dry it off. Okay, so once setting spray has kind of dried a little bit, I'll go in with my mascara. Now the one I'm using is the Too Faced Damn Girl, I think it is. It's just like a sample size. I had picked up like a sample kit from Sephora when they had their sale of like a whole bunch of sample sizes, because sometimes I find I get sick and tired of mascara. So I'll just put my mascara on quickly. So if I have time, I'll use an eyelash curler, but honestly, I never have time for that. Okay, so that's honestly what I do every day when I go to work to do my makeup, and it's super fast, it's nice and easy. It takes me normally 10 to 15 minutes depending on how quickly I'm working or if I'm watching YouTube while I'm like doing my makeup in the morning. Now normally if I'm doing my hair, I wake up probably 15 minutes earlier than I would like to do my hair before I actually go to work. Most of the time though, to be honest, I've been trying to really stay away from doing heat, so I'll usually put it in like a low pony, or I'll put it in a bun, or my hair will have been done from like the night before, like leftover curls from even the day before, and I try to make that kind of go for a couple of days. But luckily today I just blew dry my hair, and I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. So what I'll do before I leave for work is I normally apply just a lip balm, especially in the winter time because it's really cold. But this is it. This is the makeup routine. It's super easy, nice and simple. Like I said, normally takes me about 15 minutes and then we're good to go. So I hope you all enjoyed this super quick makeup routine, what I do every day when I go to work. Sometimes, you know, you switch it up once in a while, but this is honestly what I've been doing for the past couple of months. And it's super easy. It's nice and quick, and I get out of the door and go to work on time, so that's always a bonus. So don't forget to subscribe down below, make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!